Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn NumPys. What are NumPys? First of all, let's know its definition. NumPy means numerical Python. It is an Python library that's used in science and engineering. It contains multidimensional arrays, data structures, and why should we learn NumPys? If you want to train models in machine learning, and if you want to do data analysis, if you want to do this stuff, then you have to learn NumPys. So let's not waste much of the time and let's directly start with the NumPys. First of all, you have to install NumPy. In Python, you have to install NumPy. If it's your first time, then you have to install it. You have to pip install NumPy and just run this, and that's it. Because I already have NumPy, actually there's a new version, so I'm just going to use this. If you use this, then you can directly install NumPy into your systems. Next, how to import it. Import NumPy as NP. Every time you are not going to write NumPy, right? It's a bit long, so we are going to take a shortcut of it, like NP. We're going to write it as NP. So yeah, this is how you install NumPy. Pandas is also in the same format, just you will use pip install pandas. Here we are just importing NumPy as NP. We are making a shortcut because we use NumPy word everywhere, so it's a little bit big, so to NP is a little bit small, so we're going to use we are going to write is at NP. So how to write this, how to create an array with this. Okay, let me take a is equals to np dot array of, I'm going to give an array. So this is the format that you have to follow. I'm going to write np dot, and it's an array of, I'm going to give the values of it. And if since it's a Jupyter notebook, if I give a, I think we're going to get the output, or else you can simply give print a. This is how you're going to create an array in NumPys. It's a one-dimensional array. See, we have 4 elements in this. So let's create something like two-dimensional array. How to create a two-dimensional array, 2D array in NumPys. I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to keep separate it with a comma. I'm going to give the same value. Let me change the values 5, 6, 7, 8. And for this whole, since it's a two-dimensional, you have to close it again. Okay, this is how we're going to write. Since it's a one-dimensional, you're just going to give one bracket and just going to close it. But it's a two-dimensional, so you see, you have given a bracket here, you have given a bracket here. Since it's a two-dimensional, for each dimension you are separating it with a comma, and for a whole you're keeping a bracket. That's it. It's a two-dimensional. Since I already give A, I'm going to give B here. So simply I'm going to print B. So this is how I'm going to get two-dimensional array. Let me write here only three-dimensional array. Format is np dot, you have to write array. You have to write completely like array. You don't have, if you write arr, then you're going to get an error. Okay, let's try. Let me show you. If I write ARRR, whether I'm getting output or not. So I'm going to write print and I'm going to print C. See, there is no attribute called array. ARRR, not array also. It's an ARR, no attribute. So it's a wrong format. So you have to remember that it's np.array if you want to create an array. So it's three-dimensional. So I'm going to give values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give the same values. Now for these two I'm going to close and I'm going to separate it with a comma, and again. Now I'm going to separate this with a comma and I'm going to write it. Let me tell you what's happening here once I completed writing this, so that you can clearly understand what's happening here. See, I'm going to give this whole close within the brackets. It's a three-dimensional, so 1, 2. If we write 2, then it's a two-dimensional, right? See, here I have given 2 inside one list, and here I have given 2 in another list, and for the whole I'm giving a bracket. See the brackets properly. Here we have 3 brackets, right? This is how you're going to create an array for three-dimensional. And if I simply print this, I'm going to grid. See, this is how it's going to work. It's for B, it's for two-dimensional array, and it's for three-dimensional array. See, we're getting this separated, right? So you have come to know how to create, how to import an array, how to install an array, and how to create an array in one-dimensional, two-dimensional, and three-dimensional. From the starting, I'm telling that it's a one-dimensional array, it's a two-dimensional array, and it's a three-dimensional array. Do we have any property in these NumPys which can tell the dimension of that array? Yes, there is a property which can tell the dimension of an array. So, dimension of an array, just stay with me till the end if you want to know NumPys easily. So, dimension of an array. Let's take this. I'm going to take this one-dimensional array. Since I'm telling one-dimensional, yeah, if you see, you can tell that it's a one-dimensional. But how can this tell? How can this Python program tell that it's having one-dimensional dimensions 1? Simply, we're going to take 1 dot n dimension, and that's it. See, we're going to get output as 1. N means a number of dimensions. You need to remember the full form, then you can easily remember it. N dimension, n dim. So this is how you're going to find the dimension of it. And let me write b dot n dim. Dimension of b, it's two-dimensional since it's a 2D array. And let me take c also, c dot n dimension. Let us okay, before running the output, what's the dimension of c? Answer this and see the output. Yeah, it's correct, it's 3. So this is how you're going to tell the dimensions of an array. And okay, we have completed dimensions, and we have next property called shape. Tells the shape of the array. Okay, what is shape? Let's take this only array a dot n np dot array and let me simply give 1 2 3 4 and shape. I'm telling shape means what does it represent. Okay, let's see. 4 means in this array we are having 4 elements. See, I have made a notes beforehand before starting this class. See, gives the rows and columns. Shape means gives the rows and columns. Here you can see, right? Actually, this is the notes I have prepared before, so don't get confused. I'm going to explain what is D type and what is n bits. Just focus on this. Shape means it gives number of rows and number of columns and given in 3 dimensions. Let's simply understand this. Here we have 4 elements in a row, so we're getting 4, and let's print the same thing for the B. Here we have B, right? Let me just copy paste this so that you won't get confused. NumPys are easy if you understand it, it's not tough. So let me give shape, and we're going to get 2 and 4. Number of rows we are having are 2 rows, 1 and 2, and number of columns we are having are 1 2 3 4, right? This is how we are going to show this. Okay, let's see how we are going to get the shape for 3 dimension. The reason I'm copy pasting is that you can simply understand this stuff, and I don't want to waste your time as well. So you can practice a lot if I completed this video as quickly as possible. So for 3 dimension we are having 2 2 and 3 and 4. Sorry, it's 4 and 2. What does the 2 represent? We are having 1 2, and in this list we are having 1 2. So we are having 2 and 2 in each, and 2. This 2 represent, first of all, when don't get confused, let me tell you clearly. See, in this 3 2 to 4, how we are getting that? First of all, from outside you have to come. In this list we have, in the second one we have 1 and 2. Means outside list we are having 2 each, and inner one we are having 2. This one 2 and this one is 2, and each one is having 4 columns. To make it easy, let me do something. Actually, if you stay with me till the end, you can understand this clearly, because I'm going to use an example and tell you how it's going to work. So wait. Shape means it's simple, number of rows and number of columns in the 3-dimensional array. That's it. So next one we are going to go is data type. What is the data type? We know that for this stuff it's an int. Okay, let me write something like 1 2 3 4. You can change the values, you don't have to be the same. Like I'm writing this for a long time, so you might be thinking, because I'm writing a 3D, okay, let me write a 1D array so that it's easy to understand. Okay, let me copy paste this, and we have completed shape, and we're going to learn data type. What is the data type of this array? It's int, right? We can see it. So how to tell the data type in this NumPy? It's simple. You're just going to write the name of it, a dot data type, d type. So let's see, it's int 64. we have 64 and we have 32 as well. Since it's an integer, we're getting it as int. Let us print for the b also, and similarly let's print for c. Just yeah, c, I gave a mistake. You have to write d type. See, when you're doing a mistake, simply it tells no attribute type, it tells you. So you can just, you don't have to remember everything. It will tell you, then you can change it according to that. So this is how data type is. I think you understood, right? uh, Here we have integer values, so it's an int. You might be thinking that I'm lagging, stressing every point, because it's important for you. You have to be strong in the basics. Next one I'm going to tell you is item size. What is an item size? Means number of items in this array. Like in this array we are having like item 1. I'm telling about a 1D array. See, we have 1, that's our item 1, and in the place of 2 we have item 2. It tells the number of items in that array. Okay, so let me print it. A dot item size, you have to give small letters only. Be careful with that. We are having 8. See, we are having 8. Let me take you here because you might be confused why you are getting 8. See, returns the output in bits, each occupied 8 bits. Means how much space that item is occupying. That size you are going to get. Each one is occupying 8 bits. So we're going to get 8 as output. And this is the data type that I have told you before. And yeah, item size means in bits. Here it's occupying 8 bits in each case, so we're going to get 8. Yeah, in some cases if it's not an integer, we're having something like double or something, then we're going to have 16 bit. So it changes from data type to data type. Item size means, simply remember, bits occupied, bits occupied. Okay, data type means its type and number of bits occupied. Okay, I'm telling you that each one occupies 8 bits in this case, then I'm going to write okay, occupied. Now what is the space occupied, like what's the number of bits that is occupied in this case? For that you have to write n bits. Let me simply write here n bits, and let me just copy this so that you won't get confused. You might be thinking that it's lagging, but it's quite clear. I'm going to explain clearly, so wait till the end. See, for each we are having 8, so 8 in this case. Let me show you. We have 4 items, and 4 into 8, it's 32. This is how it works. Okay, this is the comment line in Python. I think you know that. Okay, now bits completed, shape completed, items completed, and yeah, size completed. Yeah, let me tell you what's okay, size means simply number of elements present in that. See, we have like 1 2 3 4 4 items, so we're going to get 4 in this case. Let me show you the array. We have 4 in this, so size is 4. In this we're going to get, we have 8 elements, so we're going to get 8. That's the size. Okay, next one, how to access each element in this case. Let me just copy this for you so that it will be easy for you to understand. I'm going to write here. Okay, see, I'm accessing a of 1 in this case. A of 1, we're going to get 2 because you have to be careful with this. Indexing starts from 0, so we're going to get 2. If I want to access a of 0, then I'm going to get 1. For 2 dimension, you're going to access like this. Here I'm accessing 2 elements at a time. If you want to access 1 element, you can access like this. 0 of 3. 0 means first one, and 3. 3 is this one. So we're going to get 4. If you're going to write 1 of 3, we're going to get 8. Okay, this is 0 and this is 1. In 3 dimensional, we're going to write 1 of 1 of 1. See, 1 of 1 of 1. Okay, this is how we're going to access it. Okay, let me change something like 7. And okay, you might be getting confused, like have we got 5 here. First one is here. Go to this. In this one we are having is this one. This in this list. In this list, 0th element is this one. If I change this to 0, so that you're going to get 0. Okay, this is how it's going to work. I think most of you know the concept of slicing. Yeah, this is what we have. It's almost the end, so stay with me till the end. Slicing means from that index to the end you can slice. Slicing means parts of that list. You can access parts of the list in Python. It's quite easy actually. It's a fun programming language to learn when compared to the other programming languages, I think so. Personally, Python is my favorite. See, slicing, if you see, it's a simple concept. You're going to list the index that you want to indicate. I mean, you want to take only from output from 2 to 4. So I'm going to write index 1, starting index, and just you don't have to write the end index if you want to access from slice from that element. We will get the elements up to second index and first row. This is 2D. For 2-dimensional, you will access the elements in this way: 0 to 3, 1 to 4. This is how you're going to access 0 to 3. First one, you have 2-dimensional 0 to 3. 0 to 3 and 1 to 4. This is how we are going to access this 3-dimensional also similar way. These are the basic concept that you have to learn. That's it. Next, there is something. There is a fun concept called you can create np dot. We are going to give the we are giving the list array, right? So you can create a zeros array. We're going to write 0, 2 of 2, and I'm simply going to print this. Yeah, this I'm going to get 2 means the element in this array it's going to fill in every place. It's going to fill 0. It's for 1D array, and for 2D array you have to write 2 comma 3, like 2 rows and 4 columns, I'm going to write 2d1 zeros, 2 comma 4. Let's get 2 comma 4. And the main thing you have to take care is you have to keep this in a list format. That's the mistake that I did before, right? So don't let mistake. See, we are having 2 rows, and in each row we are having 4 columns. You can fill the array with zeros. Similar way, let me we are filling zeros, right? We can also fill one so as well. Simply write ones and fill it with, let me write 2D array so that you won't get confused. Yeah, let's see what we're going to get. See, in each one we're having 4 because we gave mid one as 4 and 2. See, we have 2 1 2 and last one it's 2. Outside one we are having 2. So this is how you're going to get. In each we are having 2 elements, so this outside one represent the column. Don't get confused. Let me change it to 3. Okay, this is how it's going to work. So can we there is another concept we have. We are filling with zeros and ones. Can we fill with the number that we want to fill? Yes, you can. There is something called full. You can just give the number of rows and number of columns you want to give, and let's give that number and just print it. If you write in print, then you're not going to get array outside. Don't get confused why we're getting array here, because I didn't write a print statement here, so we get just simply getting array here. That's it. Okay, see, in this in every place 99 is filled. Okay, next one, um, we have something called random numbers. For that we'll use random dot rand, and we are going to give the range in which in this we are going to get random numbers as output. So let me print it. Observe the outputs carefully. Here we have 0 0.8, 0 0.822, 0.27, and if I run it again, numbers are going to change. Random values, every time it's going to change. This is the format. np.random.rand, and we're going to give its range. Okay, there is something I think many, if you are a math student, then you'll definitely know it. Identity matrix. How many of you remember the identity matrix? There we can in NumPy it's easy to uh, solve mathematical problems because we have some built-in properties as well. See, identity matrix means only uh, in these places, in these diagonal places, we are going to have ones, and remaining places we are going to have zeros. Since I gave 5, we have 5 into 5 matrix. So this is how you can create an identity matrix. If you want to give it a try, you can try later. Identity matrix, and see, I'm going to give an array. A is equals to np dot array of 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 7. Since I'm going to change these values because I'm writing the same from the starting. Now Let me copy it to B. Let me copy A to B and let me print the values of A comma B. See, we're going to get the same values, but in B, if I give B of 0 equals to 8, see, if I change a value in B, it's going to change in A as well. Here in A also value is changed, and here in B also value is changed. So why are we getting that? Because it is stored at same memory. So in A also values change and B also values change. So how we only want to change in value at B, and in the 0th index we want to give A 8 instead of 1. So how to do that? So to solve this problem, we have a concept called copy. You just simply have to write this matrix and you're going to assign, you're going to copy the array A into B. You're not going, means they are stored at different indexes. If you're going to give, you're going to assign a value at B of 0, 8, and if you print them, you're going to get the outputs in a different format. See, only in B, the 0th index place, we're getting 8. In A, we are not getting it. This is how you'll copy an element. So, in NumPys, you can actually use them for solving mathematical problems as well. Here we can use operators like plus, minus, into. I'm going to add and I'm going to subtract. I'm directly going to subtract from this array, a list, and I'm going to multiply, and I can divide. See, we're going to get values. I have added 2 to each element in this one, in this array. 1 plus 2 is 3 and so on. Here 7 plus 2 is 9, and I am subtracting minus 3 from each element. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. Similarly, I am going to multiply 2 for each element. 7 2s are 14. So these are the basic concepts that you have to learn if you want to know about NumPys. Let me give you a brief review about like a summary about this. First of all, if you want to install a NumPy, just use pip install NumPy and import NumPy. If you want to import a NumPy, import NumPy as np. And if you want to create a NumPy, np.array, and you're going to create 1D, 2D and 3-dimensional array. And you want to know the dimension of the array, you use n dimension, number of dimension ndim to get the dimension of that array. And if you want to know the shape of the array, shape is nothing but rows and columns given in the 3-dimensional, also in 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, the shape of that array. And if you want to know the size, like number of elements present in that, then you're going to use size. And if you want to know the bits occupied by the element in each case, then you're going to use item size. And if you want to know the total number of bits, then you're going to use n bits. And you're going to slicing concept, I have already told you. This is how it's going to work. And you can fill the array with zeros, with ones, and you can fill the array with the desired value that you want to fill. and you can generate a random value. This is a different example that I have shown. This is the one I prepared before, so you can understand if I show you different examples. So stay with me till the end. Random.rand, and I'm going to get different outputs, and you can create an identity matrix using NumPys, and you can add, subtract, and copy these elements. So once practice each and every stuff so that it's easy to understand and you'll get it easily. So hope you like this video. Thank you for staying till the end. Bye bye.